Well, hey there, guys. Uh, this is the last dinner I'm going to be cooking on the stove. And I'll have to tell you why. But first, I got to give this a start. What's happening is that I'm smelling gas, and I've left it for too long. And I have a feeling that what's happening is the way my propane system is hooked up, it's creating the problem. And it could also be because, how can I put this? Okay, let's try to explain it here. I'll show you, give you an angle. So in here I have I got a T fitting, and this right here is where the hose comes off for the stove. And once you turn the tank on, you open the tank, of course you're getting propane to both appliances. Well, my heater and my stove. Right there. That's a Coleman power pack. So if I want heat on, the propane is going to go through this hose as well, the stove hose. And I think what's happening is that there's propane left in the hose when I'm done cooking, and it's coming out of the jets. See where the flames are coming out of there? I think it's slowly coming out of the jets, because the propane smell in here is very faint, but it's enough where, you know what, I don't want to smell any propane at all, ever, if I can help it. So, that's my concern. So I'm going to have to address that, and I'm going to do it right after this dinner. I'm going to take the whole thing apart. So what I'm having today for dinner is I got some package go. Let's see if I can find it in here. Got this Uncle Ben's Bistro garlic flavor, roasted garlic flavor. To be honest, it doesn't smell that good. I think I'm kind of picky. I'm just going to eat it, of course. So that's the rice, and then starch, and then I have green beans and broccoli again. And then I have some peanuts for protein. This will probably be my last cooking video for a while. Well, maybe I'll show you the other stove I have and how that works out. So what I'm also going to put in is the French side on it. Pineapple chunks. I think that'll be good in here. I put a few of those in there, and then I can eat the rest as kind of like a dessert. Okay, what I just did is I just turned the propane tank off, and I'm hoping that that's gonna use all the gas line, all the propane in the hose, so that I can unattach all my hoses and everything without propane leaking out. It's all the way off. Make sure that says coals. Yeah. And then my heater, of course, is going to go off too, but I'm going to have to unattach everything. My other concern was, is this thing still on? Yeah, rats. My other concern is, if you see where the regulator is there, that goes into that hose goes into my Olympian Wave 3, that's got a bit of a bend in it, and I'm not that comfortable with having it like that. I think it's a bit awkward, and I'd rather have it with less of a bend. Oh, the stove just shut off. So it took that long for the propane to come out of the hose. That's interesting. Almost like a full minute. And I wonder if my heater's off yet. I still feel heat. Let's see if I shut this light off. Turn this thing out. And I'm going to turn the camera away for a second. Oh, it's still on. Okay, well, when it's completely off, then I'm going to, I'll know that I need to, and I can take my hoses apart and deal with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and make it just from this thing to here. I'm going to remove the T. I'm going to remove all this, the hose to the stove, and I'm not going to use the stove anymore. In fact, I'm probably going to sell it. And what I bought instead was what a lot of people use. Let's see if I can pull it out here. It's the Coleman propane, no, not propane, butane stove. And a couple advantages this one has that I like. Number one, I think it's going to be smaller and it's going to use less space because this thing is huge. And number two, I like that you can just press the thing and it starts. You don't have to muck around with this extended lighter thing. And the third one is, and the most important, is that it's a separate system from my propane tank. So that it's, I think it's going to be safer. Simpler the hose system is, the better. Like, I'm not really thrilled with all these pipes and hoses and stuff that are sticking everywhere. One hose to the tank to the heater. Keep it simple. Alright, added my pineapple in there. And that's dessert. I'll drink the juice too. So that should be pretty good. That's what I'm calling dinner for today. So maybe I should talk about the price of this dinner. I'm sure some people would find that interesting. So the rice package was $2, and can of pineapple I think was 80 cents. Broccoli was about 50 cents, and the green beans was about probably 40 cents maybe. I don't really have that many green beans. Peanuts were like it's one of these Walmart Uncle Joe's, or just Joe's. These are sunflower seeds. I was thinking of adding these too, but I decided to leave it. So what I think, one minute peanuts, maybe another 50 cents. So maybe $4 altogether. Okay, that was good. It's really good, actually. Better than the previous meal. I think what I'd do next time is add peanut butter and muck it around in there, maybe a tablespoon or so, and that would add a bit more protein and a bit more flavor. And I also finished my pineapple off, juice and everything. That was really good. I liked it. Alright, now for the disconnecting of the hose. First I'm going to have to take this door off. Let the games begin. Here's my basket of tools. These are pretty much all the tools I own. I'm looking for the screwdriver I need. Let's see. Use this drill to take it off. Where is it? One. Maybe I shouldn't show all this stuff because it makes it a long video. Two. And pull this off. What I just have in there is some insert screws. You probably can't see it. T-nuts, they're called. Okay, out you come, Mr. Tank. First, loosen this. Hope no liquid spills out or whatever the heck. That's why I tried to burn it off. In fact, this thing's still on. Holy smokes. Turn that off. Okay, so now it's loose. This is a big mess down here. Move out of the way. Problem with the van is there's not much space. So cereal. tank's out of the way. Disconnect this little puppy. And pull it through. Or push it through. Oh, I guess I'm pull that through here. And now that is all disconnected, I can take this right out. Sorry for the shaky camera work. I'm not an expert. There we go. Out she comes. And put the tank back in. This might not be easy with one hand. Still pretty full. Okay, now to connect that thing. And screw, put the screws back in. I'm really not happy with these screws, they're junk. I need stainless steel ones, not these cheapos. I know I didn't attach all the bolts I have that their holes are for, but honestly, this whole propane box is a big question mark in my opinion. Because I gotta leave this, as I've said before, I gotta leave this hole open in order to shut the propane off in case there's a fire. So then what's the point of having the propane tank box? Because if you're always going to leave this open, I don't really see the point. Kind of a dumb mistake on my part, but lots of people say that you should have one, so I thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to do a whole video on that, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. Okay, so this is now attached. It's solid. You can see that the pipe or the hose doesn't have that awkward bend in it anymore, so it's not putting stress on this attachment piece right here. Whatever you call that, an elbow or something. And if there's still a smell after this, I'll be very surprised. I think it's if there is, it's because this piece might have came loose, and if that's the case, I'll just buy a new hose from the tank to the heater, and that will solve the problem. So now I'm going to take this thing off. Good thing I just velcroed it on. Okay, things off and unattached. Now, probably going to take these velcro pieces off camera because this video is getting long. So let's take a look at this Coleman, what do they call it again? Coleman butane stove with InstaStart. Goes up to 7,650 BTUs and says heavy duty and lightweight. The thing I like about this stove, well, do I like about it? I don't know. I don't want to, I know some people would say you shouldn't have bought the stove, you should have just used the green bottles. I know that the green bottles might be slightly cheaper, and a lot of people use them, but I'm really not comfortable with using those green bottles because of the impact they have on the environment. I mean, you use one bottle and those things are metal, and like how long is it going to take for that to degrade? So I'd rather not use it. Anyway, I'm going to use the little canisters of propane. Call me crazy, but I just more comfortable using that in terms of the environmental impact. So here we have the stove. Instructions for use, manual, blah blah blah. And then the plastic's got to come off. Okay, here's the butane that goes in here, 249. So, I mean, it's this in here, 220 grams. They say that the stove, or this butane container said that it's good for 1.25 hours. So if I'm cooking for roughly 10 minutes each time, that would give me about, let's see, 6 to 60 minutes, maybe about 7 or 8 meals. And I'm not really going to use it for much more than that, just cooking once a day. So let's put it in and see what happens. Okay, the butane canister is in, and all I have to do is push this lever down to make sure the can is engaged, and then turn this. That's easy. Right away I can tell this flame is not near as intense as the other stove, so it's probably going to take longer to cook. Alright, let's shut that sucker off. It's easy that way, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe I made a mistake by not just keeping the other one. What do you guys think? I could have kept the other one and just used a green bottle. But the environmentalist in me thought that those green bottles are just brutal for the environment. I know you can refill them using an upside down propane tank and all that, but I don't have the room or to be honest, the desire to do all that. Alright there, guys. That's the end of this video, with the completion of the removal of the Coleman Power Pack stove and removal of all the propane hoses. It was a concern for me smelling propane. Certainly can't be healthy, so I decided just to keep it simpler. And how about a spin move in my chair? That's weird. Alright, so without further ado, I will say goodbye, take care, and have a good night.